Squad, let's discuss Saturday, January the 14th, UFC Apex card. Unfortunately, there were some few cancellations on this card. It's still going to be a phenomenal card, so tune in and check it out. But let's discuss some of those cancellations and how it affects the card just a tad. The first cancellation that actually impacts the card the most is Kevin Gastelum. Kevin Gastelum is 16-8 as a UFC fighter. Phenomenal career so far, and I know he's far from done. His last three fights were great fights. He had Jared Cannonier, Robert Whitaker, and I'm not going to pronounce your name correctly, so I'm not even going to try it, but first three letters of this first name is I-A-N. So he's off the card actually fully. So he's not going to be on the card at all. His original opponent, which again, I apologize, I'm not going to be able to pronounce that name, but his first three letters is Nass. This gentleman is kind of a new face to the UFC. His fight record is 12-3 right now. His last three fights were against a Jaquan and then Edmund, and actually another fight that's on the card, I-A-N again. Again, I know some people pronounce that differently, so that's why I'm not trying to pronounce it. But yeah, still going to look forward to it. So stepping up to save this card is going to be UFC vet Sean Strickland, who has a fight record of 25-5. His last three fights were against Jared Cannonier, Alex Pereira, and Jack. I apologize, I can't pronounce your last name, but the last three letters of his last name, H-E-R, and then we'll add the M so it doesn't just sound like her. So the last fight cancellations we're going to discuss is Jeff Neal, whose fight record is 15-4 in the UFC. His last three fights were against Vincent Santiago and Neil Magny. That fight has been canceled, unfortunately. Definitely was looking forward to seeing him back in action, but again, I can't pronounce his name, but it's first three letters S-H-A. His fight record was a perfect 16-0. His last three fights were against Neil Magny, Carson Harris, and Michael Pereza. So it was going to be a great fight, but unfortunately this one's canceled.